independent, from depending on the center to collect money every month.
That value-added tax element that you just mentioned now is actually a bone of contention for the governors in the north, because they say that it's not in their interests, that kind of thing. What would you reckon is the reason they have this kind of concern?
To me, they are saying it is not in their interest. It's neither here nor there. The north is richly endowed in solid minerals. The north has arable land for agricultural production. What have the governors done to attract investors to mine those mineral deposits? What have they done to attract industrial revolution and development in their states with their, natural deposits, agricultural production, and others? Look at what the Niger State governor is doing in agriculture. Are you telling me that foreign investors will not come into Niger State to invest in agriculture, so they'll have more companies in agriculture producing, creating jobs, and putting food on the table, and generating more money for the state and adding to the GDP? So make your state, investment friendly to attract investors, so that the companies will be sited in your state, begin to do their businesses in your state, and earn VAT, so that you earn more. You don't just relax when at the end of the month money is collected, and then they say that you hosted the company that generated the money. You are not expected to have what we call derivative advantage. No, it is not so. Make your state investment friendly, so you attract investors. Every state in Nigeria is rich. It is the governors that have underdeveloped their states. Make it conducive for people to come in to invest in your state, so that they will generate more internally and then earn more from that. You don't begin a state that has created conducive investment environment, and companies now flock to that state to invest, and then because they earn more money, you say, why will it be so? Make your state invest. Let there be competition. As I said, it will engender fiscal federalism. Each state will develop on this space, generate more, and then have a comparative advantage.
Last week, the National Economic Council met under the chairmanship of Vice President Kashif Shettima, and it was unanimously agreed at the council level that these reforms bills in front of the National Assembly should be returned. I mean, it should be called back. But that didn't happen on account of the fact that the president now says that those bills have to remain where they are. That whoever wants to make any contribution, or you have maybe an insertion you want to be introduced into any of those bills, you can do that just fine. Do you see that becoming a conflict, really?
There is no conflict in it. Remember, before the bill was submitted to the National Assembly, the Federal Executive Council has deliberated on the draft,
right,
approved of it, before the presidency sent the bill, forwarded the bill to the national, before they forwarded a bill to that effect, to the National Assembly for deliberation and passage. And when bills are before the National Assembly, it is not passed automatically. It goes through some processes.
First, second, third reading.
First reading, that's the introduction. Second reading, when the contents of the bill, the clauses will be considered, and then it will be referred to the committee stage. The committee stage is where now they call for public hearing, so that people will make inputs.
Right.
So I will suggest, like Mr. President said, if anybody has any issue about the contents of the bill, the public hearing will come up. You go there, make your presentations. Members of the National Assembly are not oblivious of the fact that people will make contributions. You make contributions that will assist Nigeria to develop, in context of the bill before it. They will include it in their final recommendations, and the bill, before the bill will undergo the third reading and then being passed. So the Mr. President's position, to me, is what is practicable. If the bill is before the National Assembly, it has undergone first reading. When it undergoes second reading and it is referred to committee stage, and they call for public hearing. For bills of this nature, there is going to be public hearing. And in most cases, they might go to geopolitical zone by geopolitical zone to collect information from Nigerians. And then inputs from Nigerians as well on what they feel will be added to the bill to make it workable, to make it beneficial to Nigerians. I believe that should be the opportunity for anybody that has any objection to the bill to make presentation. to the National Assembly so that they will incorporate those presentations, if they are in the interest of the nation and the interest of the development of Nigeria, into the bill.
It's interesting when you talk about how that subnationals should be competitive. Governors should make their respective states competitive. They should look inward, harness whatever resources they have within the limits of their states and all of that. We've seen governors who have been accused since 1999 till date of entry into several MOUs, memorandum of understanding with different companies from Asia, from the Middle East, even from within Africa, for example. What are the challenges with ensuring that a governor who has come to office is going to be there for at least 4 years, sometimes as long as 8 years, for example, to ensure that they make the most of the resources that they have, trapped within their respective states?
Most of the governors are not interested in developing their states.
So what their interest allocation?
To allocation, that's just the problem. If they are patriotic enough and are genuinely interested in developing their states, MOUs does not translate to investment.
Right.
It is just an intention. So you need to go a step further by practicalizing the MOU, animating the MOU for it to be, to come alive. Just signing an MOU does not mean you have brought a foreign investor. There are other steps you need to take. And most of them go to do this as a paparazzi thing. Let there be people, the news will carry, they'll sign the MOU. After that, you don't hear anything about it again. Animate that MOU, add life to it by making sure that that MOU is translated to reality, to actual and practical and pragmatic industrial development. Not sign MOU. They are not interested. Most of them are not interested in developing their states. They are just there, collect the money, make use of the money the way they like, and then at the end of the tenure they go and maybe plant a stooge to as their successor. Now it must change. Like a camera for what long term do they use about it? True federalism, genuine federalism. Some people are saying they want to develop at their pace, resource control and whatever. Mr.